in relation to the defense systems and refine your tactical acumen accordingly. Your innovative ideas could very easily give birth to a defense industry that will not only shorten your supply chain, but can also make you self-sufficient in certain supplies, as well as contribute to economic development. In this regard, I have directed that a feasibility study on setting up a defense industry be prioritized, and your technical input is essential. We need to develop this military-industrial complex. We need to develop it quickly. And so we will have to amend the laws so that they facilitate this and conduce to its realization in the shortest possible time. It will present prospects and opportunities for many of you. That whatever we decide ultimately about the retirement age, retirement may only mean shifting from active duty into a corollary supportive industry. Who is best placed to be involved in that defense industry than yourselves? And so I'd urge you to attend to this matter with dispatch, because it presents a special opportunity for you. Looking forward to working with you to build the Botswana Defence Force so that it truly provides for security, accountability, and meritocracy. That your actions on and off duty reflect our respect for human rights and the rule of law. Let us build a force, a defense force, that is not only formidable in capability, but one that is also exemplary in character. And if we do this, we will ensure that the Botswana Defence Force remains a pillar of peace, security, and progress for generations to come.
Africa is changing, not quietly, but boldly. From West Africa to Southern Africa, a wave of leadership is rising, defying foreign dominance and reigniting the Pan-African dream. At the center of this awakening is a surprising new voice, the newly elected president of Botswana. Joining forces with Captain Ibrahim Traore of Burkina Faso, Botswana's president has called for the immediate development of a national military industry, an unmistakable symbol of sovereignty. As more African countries reject dependency and build their own defense capabilities, a new chapter in African history is being written. This is the story of Botswana's shift, Traore's growing influence, and Africa's long overdue journey toward true independence. Botswana, often seen as one of Africa's most stable democracies, has historically taken a diplomatic and cautious approach on global matters. But with the election of a new president, young, assertive, and visionary, the country is stepping into a bold, new era. The president's vision includes national industrialization, regional solidarity, and self-reliance. His first major international headline? Calling for the development of a local military industry, not to wage war, but to assert sovereignty and reduce reliance on foreign powers. This shift signals a fundamental change not just in Botswana, but in southern Africa as a whole. Captain Ibrahim Traore of Burkina Faso has become more than just a head of state. He is a symbol of the resistance against neocolonialism. His speeches are fiery, his policies are bold, and his example is contagious. Under Traore, Burkina Faso has expelled foreign military bases, invested in domestic arms production, and aligned with other Sahelian leaders seeking a new African order. Now, his influence stretches beyond West Africa. Botswana's decision to follow a similar path confirms that Traore is no longer an isolated figure. He's an architect of a growing Pan-African movement. For decades, Africa has relied heavily on imported weapons and security services from the West, often at inflated prices and under political conditions. This has left many nations vulnerable, dependent, and disempowered. A local military industry changes the game. It means jobs for engineers, control over national defense, and the ability to respond to crises without begging for foreign aid or weapons. For Botswana, this is not just military strategy. It's a declaration of independence. Traore proved it's possible. Botswana wants to prove it's sustainable. Botswana is not alone. Burkina Faso has already begun manufacturing arms. Ethiopia has developed its own defense tech. Niger is moving towards self-production after cutting ties with French forces. Even Rwanda has built a defense industry with local and regional partnerships. A pattern is emerging. Africa is no longer content to be a consumer continent. It's starting to build, not just roads and factories, but power. And that power is rooted in economic and military independence. Neocolonialism in Africa doesn't look like it used to. There are no chains or direct rulers. Instead, it takes the form of debt traps, foreign military bases, controlled narratives, and rigged trade deals. Many African leaders speak of partnerships, but those partnerships often come with invisible strings. Traore, and now Botswana's president, are pulling back the curtain and saying, no more. Their actions challenge the idea that Africa must choose between superpowers. Instead, they promote a third way, one where Africans choose Africa. The people are watching, and many are cheering. Across Twitter, YouTube, TikTok, and in the streets, young Africans are praising Botswana's leadership. Some call him the Southern Traore. Others say he's a long-awaited voice from the South stepping into the arena. There is also cautious optimism, some fear foreign backlash or internal sabotage. But overall, the mood is clear. Africa is proud to see another leader rise who puts dignity above dependency. Southern Africa is home to immense mineral wealth, strong infrastructure, and a history of both liberation and resistance. Botswana, South Africa, Namibia, and Zimbabwe all hold strategic power in the region. If Botswana leads this ideological shift, it could create a ripple effect across the SADC bloc. Military and industrial independence in the South could balance the political awakening in the West, and finally connect the dots for true Pan-African unity. The movement is real, but can it last? Resistance has always been met with external pressure. Sanctions, media campaigns, and diplomatic isolation are likely tools of suppression. But this time, Africa may be ready. If more nations follow the model, investing in their people, manufacturing for themselves, and rejecting conditional aid, the momentum could be unstoppable. Botswana's leap is not just symbolic. It's practical, calculated, and deeply necessary. The continent is watching. The world is watching. And history is being made. Africa's journey toward true independence has been long and painful. But now, a new path is opening, paved by leaders like Captain Ibrahim Traore and Botswana's new president. They are not waiting for permission. They are building their own future. If you believe in that vision, a strong, united, sovereign Africa, like this video, subscribe to the channel and share this story. Because every voice matters, and together, we can make Africa great.
Wow, what a good news from Botswana. My dear lovely family, friends, fellow Africans, let me salute you in the name of Pan-Africanism and take this opportunity to welcome you at this moment where we are going to share our thoughts on what the president of Botswana has said that Botswana is going to build its own military industry, the industry that will produce some equipment such as weapons and uniforms, military uniforms, so that Botswana can become military independent. This is a good news, and if Botswana is going to succeed, this will join other African countries such as Ethiopia, Rwanda, Burkina Faso, and many others who have already started producing their own equipments and tools for their militaries. But all in all, dear lovely family, I want to suggest one thing. Every country is doing things individually. You heard Rwanda started producing some equipments and tools for military. If the same to Ethiopia have started producing ammunitions, drones. Burkina Faso have started producing armor vehicles and other tools, drones, military drones, and many other things. But these countries are doing these things individually. So I wish, if it is possible, our leaders to think collaboration. Yes, maybe every country seek to become a powerful country, but we wish maybe if SADC, we know that, for instance, Botswana is in the SADC region. If Botswana has shown that desire, the rest of SADC countries must support Botswana. Let us maybe make Botswana the main producer maybe of bullets. Maybe other country can produce guns. We can do like that in order, first of all, to distribute our jobs, our opportunities, and also to collaborate. Because we know that in every country we have different resources. For instance, if you go to Namibia, Namibia has uranium, but you can make Namibia the main producer of uranium, and we can use that uranium for our industries, for our military industries. If we are working together, maybe South Africa has building and manufacturing jets, fighter jets, and can supply in the rest of SADC region. If you go to Ethiopia, the same. Ethiopia can supply ammunition to the Horn of Africa and also to East African countries. Rwanda can supply to East African countries. If you go to West Africa, Burkina Faso, Mali, Niger, also in Niger has uranium. We can use uranium of Niger to power our industries, to build nuclear bombs and whatever things such as that, electricity, you see. But as an individual, I don't see that we are going to succeed. We need to strategize and to create industrial hubs regionally. And if maybe we want bullets as a continent, we'll get bullets maybe from Rwanda. Maybe East Africa is the main producer of bullets. The same like food. We know right now, all of us will remember during the Russia and Ukraine misunderstanding. All of us, we were stuck about grain because we know that the grain is coming from Russia and Ukraine. Even here in the continent of Africa, we can create something like that, that if we want bullets, we are going to get from somewhere. If we want maybe uniform, there's some countries that are main producer of cotton. Those countries can be given a mandate to produce uniform, military uniform. We cannot succeed as an individuals. Those are just my opinions and my suggestions. Maybe you have different views, you have different suggestions. Please share with us your views, your suggestions. But I see, in order for us to succeed as a continent, as Africa, we need to have economic hubs or industrial hubs where all of us, maybe if it is regional, SADC is going to put their money there to support maybe Botswana to produce certain equipment or tools. The same to South Africa, the same to Malawi. If you go to East Africa, the same. If you go to ECOWAS, the same. If you go to Sahel, the same. Through that, we can succeed. But as an individual, every country will try to do something, but will not achieve. So I think it is better to work together to collaborate, because I see these countries are collaborating with the Western power. And if you collaborate with others, it means you're exposing yourself, that they know your weaknesses, they know your strengths, where they can attack you. So I think there's a need for we Africans to work together to collaborate when it comes to the issue of defense and security. It is important. Not only that, even in industrialization, if you can do like that, have been suggested this many times, that if you look on the map of Africa, almost every region has its own thing that is producing so much. If you go to the central part of the continent in DRC, you see lithium, cobalt are there, rare earth minerals are there. So we can create big industry for electronic devices. If you go to the southern part, we have Namibia, as I said. Namibia has uranium. We can use uranium in Namibia to supply for the interest of the southern part of the continent. If you go to Sahel in Niger, Niger has uranium. We can use uranium of Niger for the entire benefit of Sahelian countries. The same to ECOWAS. We know that Nigeria has oil. We can use Nigerian oil for the benefit of entire region of ECOWAS. So if we can do like that, I hope we can succeed. But as an individual, we are competing ourselves, we are sabotaging ourselves, and at the end of the day, we're failing each other because of jealousy. So let us stop jealousy and see what we can do as Africans in order to achieve all these things. Botswana itself cannot achieve, Burkina Faso itself cannot achieve, and that's why you see that these countries in Sahel, they have decided to come together, to unite. So we wish other African countries to join them, to join Botswana, to join Rwanda, to join Ethiopia, so that we can make Africa a superpower. It is possible. But if we are not going to do so, we are going to fail. Also on the issue of military bases, we need also to make sure that if we are going to produce our own ammunitions, our own equipment, there's no need for these military bases here in the continent of Africa, because sometimes they are coming by telling us that they're here for security, to help us to provide a technique and stories like that, support exercises. But I think they're coming to undermine our sovereignty. They want to know what we are doing, what we are thinking, and they understand what we are going to do. So it is very easy for them to hijack and to sabotage our dreams. And that's why I'm saying even Botswana, if you want to succeed, the SADC region countries need to support Botswana. Otherwise, the same people will not help and will not allow Botswana to be an independent, because that is a business. People are making money. You are buying from me. So if I saw you are going to stop buying from me, I will try to do everything in order for you to continue to buy from me, because I'm getting money. If you are going to stop, I'm going to lose money. So no one is ready to lose money. That's the reality. So I think those are just my opinions, my dear lovely family. The aim of this video is to share what is so good from Botswana, from President Doma Gideon Boko. Others are calling him the Southern Traore. So my dear lovely family, friends, fellow Africans, if you have anything to share with us, please share through the comment section. And if you are new in this platform, don't forget to subscribe to join this family. And for you to get more excited and good news from our mother continent, Africa. There are those who are trying to undermine our progress. Yes, maybe because you compare with others, but we are moving in the right direction. What is happening in Burkina Faso, in Botswana, in Tanzania, and in many other African countries are so good. Yes, politically sometimes we are facing challenges, but in terms of development, things are moving in the right direction. But it needs all of us, the people of Africa, to contribute, not maybe contributing through money or whatever, even through ideas. Sometimes you can have money, but you don't have idea. And sometimes you can have idea, but you don't have power. As you know that people with ideas has no power. So if you have idea, you can contribute your ideas so that those who have power can use your idea to for progress. Up to that, let me say, stay in power, my dear lovely family. Stay safe, be protected by our ancestors and God, and make sure that you are a member of this family. We are here to seek solutions for our challenges. When we say African solution for African problems, we mean that we need to provide best solutions for our challenges. Up to that, have a nice time. See you next time. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Africa.